CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products, such as our can-can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American-made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com.
And now, it's time to Stand for Truth with the host of Stand for Truth Radio, Susan Knowles.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Good to see you on this Monday. Hey, Marlene, good to see you. Smart Kitty, how are you? Las Vegas Gal. Marianne. Hey, Shauna, good to see you. Hey, Julie. How is everybody? Good morning, Robin. Back from your vacay. Thank you for the Hope Diamond picture. Loved it. Crazy world. How's everybody? Hey, Bill. Good to see you. Good to see you, Kim. Everybody. Good morning. Antonio, good morning. Please, if you would reshare this so we can get people in here. I don't know if it's showing up on the outside that it's even live, like it was doing on Friday. Hey, Asher, good morning. All the rowdy people. Going to be 110 in Vegas today. Well, it's going to be 105 here, so I gotcha. So what's 5 more degrees, right? Oh, my gosh. Good morning, Sky. How are you? Can't quit weeping. Flood pictures of people. I know. It's terrible. Sad, sad, sad. Sad also that the mayor said, don't leave, just stay here. Well, it's been, global warming. Yeah. Vegas has been hot forever. Poor nursing home, yeah. Thank you for inviting everybody. While we're getting started, I'm going to go ahead and open with a psalm, Psalm 138, the Lord's goodness to the faithful. I will praise you with my whole heart. Before the gods, I will sing praises to you. I will worship toward your holy temple and praise your name for your loving kindness and your truth, for you have magnified your word above all your name. In the day when I cried out, you answered me and made me bold with strength in my soul. All the kings of the earth shall praise you, O Lord, when they hear the words of your mouth. Yes, they shall sing of the ways of the Lord. For great is the glory of the Lord, though the Lord is on high, yet he regards the lowly, but the proud he knows from afar. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. You will stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand will save me. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Your mercy, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the works of your hands. I just wanted to start with the psalm for the people that are in Houston, Texas, and the surrounding areas that are going through horrible times right now because some have lost their homes, some lives have been lost. And we pray for Houston that they would get back on their feet. The people of Texas are great, and they will help, and everything will get back to the way it was because that's who Texans are, and that's who Americans are. Good morning, Keith, Helen, Nick, Karen, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you, Rob. Good morning. So let's keep them in our prayers. Beck, good to see you. And Life Talk TV, good to see you. Texas Strong, amen, amen. I wanted to do something a little bit different this morning. I know we normally start out and we talk about the news, but hey, Julie, good to see you. One of the things, Kimberly, good to see you. One of the things that I've always tried to do with you guys, I'm not poor audio today. Okay. I guess everybody else can hear and maybe just go out and come back in. I try to give you the truth. I'm not coming here every day just to get your clicks. I'm not coming here to try to be better than somebody else on social media. I honestly feel that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing for however long that God wants me to do it. And when he says stop, I'll stop. And that'll be all there is to it. Hey, Laura, good to see you. So I wanted to say that up front. And sometimes I know that maybe sometimes things that I say aren't exactly, what you want me to say, or maybe what you don't agree with or whatever, but I'm here to tell you the truth as I see it. And the truth as I see it from having, prayed about it, from doing research, looking into things and whatever. Hey, thank you for the super hearts. But I'm not here, to make, I don't know, whatever. I'm here for a purpose. So let me start with some things. I had a couple of people contact me over the weekend, and thank you, Robin. Well, and Amanda, I'm going to give it to you. So, and like I said, the truth is how I see it. Couple people were feeling like I was over the weekend. Thank you, Antonio. I don't know about you, how you felt, but there's a true heaviness in the world, and especially in the United States, but it's going on outside of the world. Yes, I am, Robin. Thank you. And I watched over the weekend, and I watched Berkeley especially, and it was such a really horrible, horrible thing that I was seeing. It is a foreboding. Thank you, Yolanda. That's a good word to put on that. I saw people. I saw the Antifa attacking people. I saw no police around. Now, I wasn't there. I watched it. So there could have been police there. I don't know. I didn't see any police at all. I saw the father and son video that were going to that prayer meeting, I think that got canceled in San Francisco. I believe that's where it may have been. They were attacked by Antifa. They were hit. I don't know what was going on, but I saw two people being attacked by a mob of people. So I don't know even if the two people had done something inappropriately. I don't know that it takes a mob with bats or whatever to make them do that. And I thank you, Asher. I think that there should have been police there. Hello, Jerry. There should have been police there. They probably were told to stand down, like they have been everywhere, all over. We're finding out. It's horrible to watch it. It's horrible to see it happening to our country. And it's horrible to sort of feel that helplessness of not knowing, what I'm seeing is this is getting way out of hand. What I see is that the momentum is growing. For example, one of the things about Antifa, they were saying no Trump, no KKK, no fascists, USA. Now they're saying a new chant. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist, no USA. As I told you a while back, I know who these people are. You know who these people are. These people are communists. These people do not want the United States. They are trying to do everything that they can to break down the United States. There is a group of them that are going to be walking from Charlottesville to D.C. and going to be demanding that the president be removed. They're going to occupy D.C. And it's going to be one of those things. Good morning, Jamie. Yes, we're all praying for Texas. Absolutely. Yeah, November 4th, they're going to march. And so here's the thing. When is somebody going to step up and say enough is enough? You and I, most of us, I think, in here, you don't want the federal government stepping in. Yeah, the problem is they go armed. They certainly do. They certainly do. But they're not necessarily getting arrested as much as, some other people have been arrested over the weekend, one or two, not a lot of people, but they weren't Antifa. It's time, I think, that the president, DOJ, whoever wants to call it out, I don't care at this point. Hey, Robert, good to see you. They need to call out the National Guard. They need to put an end, hey, Josette, to this very thing. Hey, Spencer. Yes, Spencer, more riots are coming. And if we don't stop this country is going to be in total chaos. Yeah, look at the 60s, Nixon shut it down. Yeah, bad things happened during the 60s, really bad things. And you're going to see if they do call in the National Guard, things are going to happen. It's not going to be good. But they need to do that. And again, I am not one to advocate. I don't want the government doing any more than they have to do. I certainly don't want to federalize the police. Thank you, Robert, for the flowers. And I don't like seeing what I'm seeing. But enough is enough. Too many people are getting hurt. Yeah, I know. The mayors are probably telling the police to stand down, and that needs to be brought out. But right now, we're not seeing law and order. And we have to return this country to law and order, or we're not going to make it. Ron said he went through the riots in Detroit. Hey, Keith, good to see you. And it's, it's not good. I've lived through riots. I've seen riots. I see what they can do. Everybody probably also remembers the LA riots. We can't have that. We can't go there. The fuel is being, the fire is being fueled, I guess I should say. People are being told things that aren't true. And it's just making things worse. But we can't be sitting there. Bill said, I've seen some of them getting very aggressive on their websites and Facebook pages as in very aggressive, violent threats. Yes, I've seen that. I've heard that. And if I saw this Antifa flag. I don't know. Go back and look. You guys make your own opinion. But it looked to me like the Nazi flag. It was just a little bit different than the Nazi flag. I think the swastika was missing, but everything else looked pretty much the same. And we have to, when the president called everybody out, that was the truth. People didn't like to hear the truth. They wanted one group and one group only called out. And the reason they wanted that is because they wanted to shut one group down while all the rest of them did whatever they wanted to do. There's been talk about naming Antifa as a terrorist organization, and perhaps, we need to move forward. I know, Asher, there's a ton of lies. Well, Antifa is going to do whatever they want to do. Hey, Cully, because they don't believe in lawfulness. They believe in one thing, and that is taking over the government, taking over the United States, taking over everything. And that's what they're up to, and that's what they're going to do. They're not going to stop until they are stopped. Petition is at the White House. I know it went over 250 signatures. It's probably more than that, Amanda. And, there needs to be a response to that. Can't believe the MSM not calling out the groups who are bringing the violence, because, Spencer, that's what they want the violence to happen, obviously, or they would call them out. Just as it says your rights to have righteous anger, it is only so much one can take. And it is. And I hate to say this, but I have heard people on social media actually telling other people to go out and do preemptive strikes on Antifa. Pinning them down, taking off their masks and everything else. Let me just tell you this, and I know I shouldn't have to tell you this, and because you already know. So I know that, but I'm going to tell you again just because. You can't put your hands on somebody just because you think that it's okay. You cannot touch people. You can't take their masks off. You can't pin them to the ground. You can defend yourself, and that's what you can do. But you can't do preemptive strikes on people. That's called assault and battery, and that will end you up in jail. And that's threats against people, and that could end you in jail just for making those type of threats. And so I find it very disturbing that I'm hearing those type of things now very openly on social media. Hey, Joseph, good to see you. Penetration of culture and government until they become the majority and can be in charge and rule. That's right, Bill. And it's absolutely where this is headed. And anybody who thinks that those people won't try to march on the White House, I'm not saying they would be successful, but that's where it's going. Yeah, if only if you live in a red state. But you can't take the law into your own hands, because that's what those groups are doing. Yep, nobody's going to back you if you get arrested. Except the cops aren't arresting. I mean, Nick, like I said, you have every right to defend yourself, but you don't have a right to do a preemptive strike, is what some people are calling for. Right. You have a right to defend yourself, but you don't have a right to go out and be the first one who touches somebody, hits somebody, demasks them, whatever you want to call it. You don't have that right to do that. And people who are advocating and telling you that you should be doing that are wrong. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Spencer said, I was in many demonstrations in the 60s. None I was involved turned violent. This is nonsense. It is nonsense. It absolutely is. Asher says the CIA want Trump out too. Don't start trouble, defend, yes, but not instigate. There you go, Jerry. Absolutely. And don't be talking threatening stuff like that. When you're talking like that, you're making threats against other people, known or known group. That's going to get you arrested. It really will. Yes, they have guard from all over Texas. Mayors are ordering police to stand down. So what happened this weekend is just appalling. It's getting worse. We need to start tweeting to the president to start calling out the National Guard. I don't know what the laws are in regards to people who tell the police to stand down. Find out if there's any way that those mayors and governors can be prosecuted. And then do what you have to do. Do you believe they will have Cali Guard to come in? California? I mean, what are you talking about? Hey, Barbara, good to see you. So, I mean, you have to go through the legal process. I believe so, Jerry. I believe that might still be in order about the UN. You have the right to protect your state. You have the right to protect yourself. In California, I'm not even sure how much right you have anymore because it keeps being taken away from us. Somebody is going to get killed by Antifa if it hasn't happened already. Crazy world said. We need to launch Twitter demands to Dems to call out. It's outrageous. Yeah, we need to. Good morning, Monique. We need to keep telling and putting, verbal pressure, whatever, through social media on the president and this government to stop these people. Now, here's what I'm not liking, what I'm seeing in the White House right now. And again, you may disagree with me. I don't like what I'm seeing. I hope so, Julie. As long as we can stop this chaos. But again, if you don't stop the chaos, then what's going to happen? And also what I was going to say, I don't like seeing these people that are around, that's surrounding the president right now, who seem not to have his back. Now, I'm not there. Again, I don't know. But I'm seeing, yes, Marlene, globalists all over the White House. McMaster is a globalist. He has been. He always has been. Look it up. Don't believe me. Hey, Laura, good to see you. Go find it out for yourself. And then Tillerson this weekend. I didn't hear him standing up for the president. I heard him basically saying, well, the president speaks for himself, after he had just said that the American people and he and all that, got it right. And it was sort of insinuated that the president didn't get it right, although he didn't say those words. And I don't like the fact with John Kelly. I'm uncomfortable with Kelly. Other people may think he's just wonderful, but he doesn't let people talk to the president anymore, according to reports. I guess Seb Gorka was going to go to the president, hand in his resignation himself, and he wanted to talk to the president. And according to reports, he was not allowed to do that. Now, I understand that other administrations have kind of done that same thing where they have a go-to person. I get it. However, I don't see these people necessarily supporting the president. I wish I felt differently. I'm hoping that I will see something that will tell me that I'm absolutely wrong and I got it all wrong. It makes Trump look bad. Well, and I don't think he's being given all the information. They already said we're not going to give him all the information. Twitter will always be our direct contact, Bryce. I hope so, because right now people are getting censored on most social media platforms if you're a conservative. Hey, Robert, good to see you. God help us is right, Amanda, and that's one of my points. We are going to have to pray like we have never prayed before. And if you don't think that that's something that you feel that you can do, then, I'm telling you that is the best thing that you can do. No, MLK didn't die for this. MLK would be embarrassed about what is going on right now. He really would be embarrassed. He didn't work for this to have it go like this. He just didn't. He was, he was an honorable man who tried to do the right thing and get equality. And it wasn't equality for one race. It was equality for all. And he didn't advocate riots or anything or fighting or anything else like that. He was not like that. I was just writing about Antifa. We need to put a stop to their 10-day march coming up. They're trying to bring us up into another civil war. That's right, Monique. MLK was a Christian. He would be embarrassed. The federal government, too big now. Trump listens to Twitter. Yeah, as long as hey, Catherine, good to see you. As long as we can get through to Trump. But again, how many people, how many tweets aren't being connected up? How many tweets aren't appearing on there? I mean, look at people like Joy Villa, who has, I guess that's how you say her last name, in California, be Villa, but who's getting her music taken down from YouTube. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. It's okay, Catherine. You can listen to the replay. It's really important, I think, that you do today. MLK was a godly man, yes. And so this attack that's going on, I'm worried that eventually, are these people going to turn on President Trump? The people that are surrounding him in the White House. Are they going to turn on him? I don't know. It's hard for him to do anything. Yeah, YouTube, it probably is going to get worse. And I think it's a real threat. And I know when Bannon and Gorka said, "Oh, well, you can do more on the outside to help him." I hope you're right, because he's going to need all of us, and he's going to need all of our prayers. And as I said before, this isn't about Donald Trump. This is about America. He represents us, meaning he's symbolic for America. And so it's us. We're surrounded by the enemy as well. And we're fighting for our country and our very lives. We really are. And it may not seem that way right now. Yeah, unless God intervenes and God comes back. That will be the only thing. Because it's getting so bad. We can enforce martial law. Yeah. Ron, who's going to make that call? Prayer is mightier than the sword. Absolutely, Susan. I don't see any other way out other than through prayer. Soros, Obama, Clinton want absolute chaos across America so they can do a rescue and become world leaders. Absolutely true. And it wouldn't surprise me. Like if they're not only going to want it, they're not only saying they want to take out Trump, but they want to take out Pence. So what does that mean? Who are they going to put in, right? Ask yourself that. I'm not saying it's going to happen or anything else, but I'm saying, who would they put in? Who are they saying they're going to put in? Deep state? Is that what it is? And let me just tell you something. If they're coming for America, they're coming for the Constitution. And there's going to be a time, exactly, Catherine, that's what my thoughts are. There's going to come a time when they want to get rid of the Constitution. When they're going to say that's no longer, it's an outdated document, and you need to get rid of them. And again, if we just let this keep going, we're headed that way. This has to be stopped now. This weekend, what happened in Berkeley should never have happened. Never have happened. Well, Ron, he can't be POTUS under the Constitution. If there's no Constitution, he can be, right? If you don't have laws and you don't have the Constitution, what's to stop you from doing anything that the crowd, the mob, tells you they want? Trump to lift the ban, yes. And Cully, do you think that's a coincidence? Trump is going to lift the ban that Obama had on military weapons and military gear, military surplus that the police can use. There will be no POTUS, just a dictator. That's right, Catherine. And so I think is it a coincidence that that's happening? That right now he's going to sign an executive order to lift that ban so that the government can have, or the police can have, whatever that they need, military supplies, whether that be Jeeps or anything else that they need. So there you go. I mean, it's going to be, it's looking like a third world takeover coup, Jerry said. If we all repent, sometimes God will change his mind. That's right, Asher. I don't know how much we're all willing to repent. That's the end game. Obama back in charge. Soros planned it. I wouldn't doubt that. I can't even believe all that's happening. I know, Julie. Let's say this. It's happening so fast. We're not talking about people doing stuff, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, or whatever. We're talking about hour by hour things change. Hour by hour. And we're seeing it happen right before our eyes. Barbara, it's an exciting time because we know that our blessed hope is God's return. They're already circumvented the Constitution. The child adults who have been indoctrinated in the government schools don't believe in the Bill of Rights. Well, exactly, Joseph. It is going way too fast. What happens when martial law is called for the fourth largest country? Well, in Houston right now they have 3,000 National Guard personnel that have been called in Houston. And from what I'm hearing in Houston and looking at the pictures, they're going to need it to get those people out. The people that were told, don't listen to what you're being told by your governor. The mayor is telling people to stay in Houston, and the mayor is saying people should have stayed in Houston because can you imagine what it'd be like with them trying to get back now? I don't know, but I saw people over the weekend being pulled out and rescued because they stayed behind because the mayor told them to. We the people are the people who want to live in a safe America, stop the nasty hate. Exactly. No martial law in Houston, Texas will not call that. The Guard will do what Abbott says. Exactly. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of homes gone. I know the houses are totally underwater. Julie, you're saying that about the Christians. However, just because you call yourself a Christian doesn't mean that you are. You know what I'm saying? That's what you have to remember. That just because people say that doesn't mean they are, and people can fall away. There are a lot of pastors who are falling away. And so we have to, this is where you and I, when God says, when he talks to us about discernment, this is where right now it comes into play. Because you are seeing people, and I've seen it, let me just tell you, some of what's happening on social media, hey Linda, and what I'm seeing, it's right, Catherine, you have to walk the walk. From what I'm seeing on social media, I'm seeing, hey Susan, I'm seeing people that are claiming to be one thing, who aren't who they say they are, and it's being revealed. People who said they were for Trump are looking like they really weren't, and those things are being revealed. So God did say also that things would be revealed to us. So all you need to do is sit back and watch what's happening. And it's unfolding. It's taking place right before our very eyes. And again, you have to have discernment on who you're listening to, who you're trusting. The first that you should listen to is God, period, over anybody or anything. And then the second thing, do your own research. Good analogy, Julie. A lot of wolves and sheep's clothing. Yes, Amanda, a lot. Cully supports the Trump 100%. Yes, Cully. Yes. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. God said at this time there would be many, many deceivers. And the Christians would start believing them and following them. You can't do that. Please don't do that. Go, if you have a question about somebody's integrity, go to God and ask for them to be revealed to you. Many false prophets, Laura, absolutely. Could Trump be deceiving people? Do you ask that because you're saying that with your name, your title, Trump Clown, and that's not a serious question? ACLU is playing tricks. Carrie, I don't know that they're playing tricks so much as they are giving in to the pressure. Absolutely, Susan, all things will be revealed unto those who believe in God and who live by his word. Josette said, you're hitting the nail on the head. God is allowing them to expose themselves. And Josette, they absolutely are exposing themselves. And, again, you have to just, even in your own churches, you've got to listen to the pastor. If the pastor's not following the Bible, then maybe you need to find another church. Yes, Cully. I'm aware of that. I'm looking at that. Let the hidden things be revealed. And I'll tell you another thing that I think is really important. I don't know if you saw my article. Sorry to plug my article, but I do write them for a reason, and I want people to see them. I will tell you that. This article is about how Christians are being deceived. It's at SusanKnowles.com. If you don't have anything to do, please look at that article. There is a show out that's in its second season that was made by Seth Rogen, who is about as... Anyway, I'll just go from there. Thank you, Julie. This was the most appalling thing and the most egregious attack I think I've seen on Christianity. Yes, Lisa, the name of the show is called Preacher. I will tell you, I haven't seen one episode and don't intend to. I'm going by reports from several different sites. There was a recent show called Dirty Little Secrets. Dirty Little Secret. It was an episode recently. In the first 7 minutes, they had a character of Jesus Christ who was depicted having sex with a married woman. And you could see okay, Nick, take care, the silhouettes of them in their sex acts. And at the end of it, this character says, don't tell anybody, I've got to go do something for my Father. Meaning he has to go to the Last Supper and then crucifixion. Blasphemous. Blasphemous. There is a group, and you can see in the article, there's a group of people called 1 Million Moms or Million Moms, something like that. It's in my article. There's a link to it. They have a petition up that wants the show and AMC to apologize and to immediately take down that show. And I know it's hard to go and do something like that because it takes time. The problem is, if we continuously don't do anything, then this is the garbage that we're going to have. And it's not just garbage that you and I are seeing. It's garbage that children are seeing. And it's garbage that children are going to believe that this is God. This is who God is. We can't do that. I can't do that. I don't know, maybe you can. I can't do that because it's garbage and it is blasphemous. Catherine says share and retweet. Please, please, if you don't retweet anything else, let people see that this is going on. I don't think most people know it. Million Mom March. No, it's Million Moms something, but it's I can't remember the website off the top of my head. But there's a link in there. You'll see it. It's in there. And if you would please, right now we're at the halfway mark. If you don't mind retweeting this, I would be appreciative. If it was Muhammad with his 9-year-old bride, Aisha, oh my, yeah. And that's the thing. People said to them, "You're welcome, Julie." He was disgusting in what he was saying. People want you to think that this is normal, that this is natural, that you should be, this should be something that you accept. That just like that, what that guy, that guy said in there. Oh, you just don't like change. No, I don't like blasphemy. That's what I don't like. And I shouldn't have to accept that. And people were saying to them, to Rogan, why don't you do this about any other religion? Why is it that you're attacking Christians? Well, there's a reason for that, and we all know what that is. I watched the show until that last episode. It was so blasphemous, I was stunned. I love science fiction, but they went too far. And Susan, that's how they draw you in, right? That's how they draw you in. You get to watching something like that, and you think, oh, this is kind of cool, it's kind of funny, or ha, 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 and then wham, they get you. And then it's too late, I mean, how many kids saw that show that night and are now asking their mothers and their fathers, what's that all about? What is globalist? Someone who understands economy? No, that's not what a globalist is, but good try, So also, other things that happened. The Southern Poverty Law Center, as you know, yeah, they think Jesus is a fairy tale because probably a lot of it they watch the shows. Same with Preacher. I got drawn in early. I know, Julie, and that's what they want to do. What was the name of the show and when did it air, Susan? Monique, the name of the show is called Preacher on AMC, and the episode was Dirty Little Secret, and it was recent. I don't know because I don't watch the show. Yeah, I know, Julie, but that's what they try to do. There's some things in there that you look at it and you go, huh, that's kind of, well, that could be true. That might be, or, oh, well, that's not too bad. And the next thing you know, wham, you're fully into it. Exactly, JJ. Yes. And people are saying that type of thing shouldn't even be on TV, especially, at that hour or anything else. And we're seeing more and more of that, where we're having shows like that put on TV, and we're supposed to say, oh, okay, so I guess it's all right. So it's 8 o'clock, the kids are still watching. Yeah, it was evil. That's how Satan works. Good, Yolanda. Great point. Absolutely. And that's why people are drawn to it each week, because it gets your attention and pulls you in and then continues to give you lies. But the don't let evil into your home. Exactly, Deb. I know some people, not very many, who have said they don't watch TV at all. They stopped watching TV about a year ago. The trouble is about changing the channel. It's starting to be on every channel. And the more you have it on one and are accepting of it being on one, the more it's going to grow and be on every channel. I don't know, Teresa. I'm not really sure. Sorry, yeah, Bill Clinton should be the star. They would not do that about Muhammad. No, they would not just that. I got pulled in last season. It was pure make-believe science fiction. Now it's just blasphemy. That's right. People are drawn to the spiritual. These shows take advantage. I don't watch any shows anymore. I watch HGTV, to tell you the truth. Most of my time, when I'm not doing something else, if I have to watch TV, it's on something like that. Morals at an all-time low, Cully said. But Cully, a lot of people aren't being taught morals anymore. I don't know why, but a lot of people think that it just, you're born with morals, and you're not. HGTV, yeah. It basically, it's home improvement, buying homes, beachfront bargain hunt, things like that. Things that don't, Chip and Joanna, gains, no politics. I stopped watching NFL as well. Me too, Ron. Don't watch NFL. Don't watch TV, just use the internet. You can find the truth there. Sometimes, Gary. Robin said they don't watch TV. They don't have cable or satellite. Yep, HTV and the weather, Inspire. Yep, that's about all. Thank you so much, Plumber. I refuse to pay for Satan to invest my home. Yep, infest your home. Yep. Reruns on MeTV. Bye, Hawaii. I think people have to just be more discerning. Again, discerning. That word comes up. God told us that, we need to be discerning. You've got to know what's right for you, what's right for your family, what's right for your home. And you have to say, I'm not going to have this in my home. It's garbage. And then you turn it off. And I used to be, really big about, well, let's just turn it off. People can watch whatever they want to watch. However, as I said, it's spreading to every channel. It's not that it's just one channel. Now it's starting to grow. And that's what happens. And then sooner or later, it will all be just this, infested stuff that you're watching on TV. But one of the things I wanted to say is that I do see Christians, little by little, starting to stand up. The D. James Kennedy Ministries, DJKM, filed a lawsuit against the Southern Poverty Law Center. Now, as you remember, they basically called them a hate group and started to defame this Christian organization. So they are fighting back against the Southern Poverty Law Center now in filing a lawsuit. Even the commercials have turned offensive and sexually aggressive. Exactly, Asher. HGTV is cool. I watch Daystar, Disney Classic, and you. Just that. Yeah, thank you, just that. You have to be careful about Disney. The Disney classics may be okay, but Disney in and of itself. Yeah, John Hagee, preach truth from the pulpit. So, I mean, it's good. And also, I don't know if you know this, because awesome, Robin, you can find people like Susan and avoid the other types. Thank you, Gary. We are in the world, not of this world. And I don't know if you know this, but recently, Marco Rubio was being attacked because on his Twitter feed, on his Twitter line, now, on his timeline, a lot of that, your timeline is your own personal timeline, right? Well, he was tweeting out uh, verses from the Bible. And these groups started attacking him because he was doing that, telling him, you know, you need to stop doing that. The Freedom from Religion Foundation sent out a demand letter to his office saying, you better stop that. I know, Julie, we are until God returns. But until God returns, yeah, that's, Laura, that's what I'm saying. They are suing the Southern Poverty Law Center. So, so they're stepping up, and we as Christians need to step up and do our part. If you don't think, I know, Cully, if you don't think that it's going to get worse for Christians, communism is anti-God. Let me just say that. Communism is anti-God. Exactly, Marlene. So you have to start now and standing up. If you don't, it's going to be too late whenever you decide, well, maybe I'll just stand up. I pray that your show expands so we'll have more of you. Thank you, Josette. I think you're going to have to realize that they're doing everything that they can to make Christianity evil, hate-filled, you know, anti-whatever, you know. And if we don't start spreading the word, if we don't start calling these people out like AMC, if you don't want to sign the petition, then tweet to them. Yeah, I know. Exactly, Shauna. Everything about God is being removed, and it will continue to be removed as long as these people are allowed to do it. And you know, we've been told that God will, good and God, you know, will win in the end. And we've been told also that we will be going through this. And if you look at what's happening in the Middle East right now, what we're not hearing, the Middle East is basically on fire. Israel has said, again, I was listening to somebody that I listened to on in Israel, and basically Israel has said to Iran, we're not going to allow Iran to do what they're doing. They're building missiles. They're making a foothold over in Syria. They're not going to allow it to happen. And Iran is saying, I think their leader has recently said that Israel will not be here in 25 years, which is not true. Israel will always be here until God says otherwise. But that's what's happening, and we're not hearing that. We're hearing the stuff that's going on here. And you watch these people on social media. It's a microcosm of what's happening in the bigger picture, and that's what we're seeing. And that's what you're going to see more of. And if you continue to follow those people who are leading you astray, you're going to go off the deep end with them. Tony, thank you so much for the super hearts. You have to use discernment. Get back to the word. They are making distractions. They want total and complete chaos in America. And look, they're being very successful. What's going to happen when these people go to Washington? Thank you, B. I hope you come back. We enjoy having you here. Thank you. A lot of anti-Semitism. Oh, absolutely. A lot of anti-Semitism. I heard that George Clooney donated $1 million, same group you just called out, an Antifa. Oh, my gosh. I don't know if that's true. I don't watch George Clooney. George Clooney is too far left for me. God is love and not hate. Always has been, always will be. It got embedded already, Deb said. Yeah. And what are they going to do? Remember when they did it before, George Clooney, when they did that before they Occupy Wall Street, what did they do? They allowed them to stay. And what happened? People got raped. People got robbed. And I'm talking about within their own group. Why is that? Because there's no law. There's no lawfulness. It's lawlessness. And so they're going to go and park themselves in Washington, D.C. Are they going to move them out? I don't know. And some of the reason I think that Donald Trump could be why he's, hesitant about calling in the National Guard is because he's hoping that things will turn around. He's hoping that the state governments will do it themselves. But I'm not seeing that. I don't think you're seeing that either. They are already there in D.C. Yeah, I think I don't know how big the group is now, but I know another group, supposedly Asher, is coming in November, like November 4th. A lot of the state governments are Democratic run. That's right. Marianne. But I will say San Diego's Democratic run. But I'll tell you what, when they had during the campaign, they didn't take any BS. Those people who were going against the Donald Trump supporters, they went right after those people and they locked them up. Adam, let's not make an argument over Democrat run and how many are Democrat run and how many are Republican run. Time for us to stand up for our rights and beliefs. Yes, Chicago Pops. Past time. Ron Paul now censored on YouTube, Shauna said. Hey, Katie, good to see you. Please listen to the beginning and replay of this show. Very important today. Law enforcement has to do their jobs. Amanda, if they're allowed to do their jobs, they will. Seriously. I've always seen the police do their job until they're told to stand down. Cully, she said Ron. Shauna, she's saying Ron Paul, not Rand. Ron, the dad. Yeah, the father. God's plan will go forth in his time, and God is going to shake and wake up America. Yep, Tony, he is. Oh, so it was the Southern Poverty Law Center that the $1 million was donated to. I'm not surprised. That's why somebody's saying that George Clooney gave the $1 million to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Does that surprise anybody? So again, as we're seeing too, like I said, Marco Rubio now is being told, don't put your Bible verses on your own timeline. Because they're using the excuse of, he's in the government, so he's not allowed to do that. It's mixing, the First Amendment religion with government, which is, that whole thing is so untrue. Ugh. Law enforcement needs to be given new weapons and gear. They're getting it, Monique, because Donald Trump is going to be signing that executive order, giving them the military weapons again that Obama didn't want them to have. So, and I'm sure people will not like that. Oh, no. You'll have to go back and change that later. I love his Bible verses. Yeah, well, B. Lee, you may not be able to have them very much longer. I hope he continues. I do too, Catherine. What was Ron Paul? Why was Ron Paul censored? Does anybody know? Shauna, do you know why he was censored? I know, Monique is good. Rubio has gone to dark side anyway, so he is gone and think he's bought. Amanda forgives you, Shauna. Libertarian views, probably. Not standing. Oh, really? Was Ron Paul not standing with Trump or what? Zero Hedge has a rival on Ron Paul. I don't understand that. Clooney's a hypocrite. He's all for open borders, but he moved back when Muslims got too close to his. Well, of course. They always do that. I mean, seriously. When have you ever known a liberal to do what they tell you must do? Never. That's what progressives, communists are like. Foreign policy talk got him censored. Oh, wow. Susan said foreign policy talk got him censored. Oh, Julian Assange came to defend Ron Paul. Oh, that'll get you censored. Trump put a quote from Mother Teresa this morning. Oh, they're not going to like that. That won't work. Now, President Trump is going tomorrow to Houston. So hopefully he can get in and out of there. The people that you guys donated to, the Veterans on Patrol in Arizona, just to let you know what they're doing, they are on their way. They're going to be leaving shortly, I think maybe to go to Texas. They're going to Houston. They're taking supplies. People have been gouged down there in Houston. I saw that myself on some tweet. They were being charged $99 for water. They've been charging them for like $40-some for food, this and that and the other. So they're going to go down there and they're going to give them the donations that they've asked for. They're going to go down there and give that to people for free. They're also taking medical care down there as well. Yeah, case of water, $99. Separation of church and state does not exist. It's a left-wing talking point. It is just that, and always has been, and people continue to believe the lie. Yep, the Patriots are good. But those people from the homeless veterans, that homeless veteran group that you guys have donated to in the past, and again, thank you so much. They're going to be going to Houston. They're leaving today. It's a long trip. It's about a 20-some-hour trip. And they're going to be going, taking everything that they have, could possibly have, including medical care, down to the people in Houston. So thank God for that. They're even, I think U-Haul is donating, last I heard, U-Haul was donating their trucks to them so they could take the supplies down to Houston. When Florida has disastrous judge, governor declares price gouges will be, well, they will be prosecuted, that's for sure. Thank God for the wonderful veterans, absolutely. Yep, good for them. Antifa recruitment video shows them now doing what we've all been fearing. Google it. The pages from Young Cons should be at the top of the page, Gary said. I can't even imagine what those being displaced are going through. You know what? I was displaced, my husband and I, and our whole neighborhood, and basically the whole city of San Diego. We had 2 fires, one in 2003 and one in 2007. And it swept through that city like you wouldn't believe. And we were evacuated from our home. We couldn't get back to our house. We had to take our horse, and everybody else had to take their horses out of the fire. And we slept on hay bales for like 5 days, took care of 6 horses and other people's horses and other people's anything that came up. And I'll tell you what, that was nothing compared to what these people are going through that have water up to the rooftops of their houses, that have absolutely nothing. And I'll tell you, the people of San Diego were so kind. We were given free meals, free stuff. People would come by and give it to us, and I mean, it was amazing. People, that's who people are. Not Antifa. That's who people are. No pun intended, but I love Mother Teresa and so many others who love Christ and who have given selfishly. She was an inspiration. Yes, Monique. That nursing home picture broke my heart. That those, I don't understand why that those people weren't evacuated. And again, I'm not criticizing because I wasn't there. Who knows what they were told or anything else. But those people, in my opinion, they should have, that was elderly abuse. Not that any of it was intentional, but those people sitting there, you could tell that many of them had no idea what was going on. I don't know why that they weren't allowed to, be evacuated a couple days before. I know, Antonio, broke my heart. Are the Crusades coming back? If so, our veterans are our warriors. Yes, Catherine. Absolutely. A lot of the people didn't leave because they couldn't take their animals. I wouldn't leave my dog. Asher, I would take my animals, and I would, see, for me, I would have left before, because when the fires broke out for us, we went back and went into our neighborhood and got our dog. I'm not going without my dog. We didn't know that the fire was as bad as it was when we left the house, or the dog would have come with us. But I'm not going without my dogs. And I will, I would hope people like that, when they were told to leave, that they would have left a couple of days early. Thank you, Monique. I saw such kindness from everyone while traveling. Americans are not what the media is saying. No, they are not. And we have to remember that the America that is being portrayed, that the ones that we're seeing, those aren't true Americans. Not everybody believes in this hate that's being driven. They're just, unfortunately, caught in the middle of it. And that's why it needs to stop. Remember the rest home where the patients drowned in Louisiana? Oh. Horrible. My dog is part of my family. Absolutely, Julie. Sheesh. Yep. Jerry's right. Category 2 and above, get out. Had they tried to evacuate, things would have been far worse. 6.5 million people on the roads would have been far worse. Few would have gotten away. I don't know about that, Spencer. I don't know if I agree with that. They had knowledge of that hurricane coming a week in advance. Get out. Some people leave, right away. Some people in the next couple of days. They can go a little at a time, but I think they should have gotten out. If I was told that was coming my way and how bad they thought it was going to be, I would get out. Yeah, I know, Shauna. I mean, it's like common sense. No, they were coming here, all lanes turned around. I aren't they opening up? Yeah, use common sense. Listen to the weather people, and I think they're opening up something in Dallas for people to come in. I think there's like 5,000 people. I don't think it was a stadium, but maybe a convention center in Dallas now. Heartland America is nothing like MSM portrays. It is not. Absolutely. Robin said, I saw the picture of the elderly sitting in water. The mayor should have gotten them out. Disgusting. And they were finally rescued. VOP donation still available on your website. If you, Lisa, what you can do, DM me afterwards if you want, and I can give you their address. You can send one of the things they always need are fuel cards. They don't take money. So fuel cards. I would have my wife leave with the animals. Exactly, Cully. Red Eye Radio reported 3 plane loads coming to Dallas. Wow. I talked to my friend in Houston on Friday. He said he was safe in Houston. They were lied to. Oh, wow. Catherine, that's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Obama was golfing Martha's Vineyard when Louisiana got hit in 2016, and Bush was on his 5-week vacation for Hurricane Katrina. Oh, but wait, Bush did a flyby, right? Yeah. They didn't know exactly where it was going to land. They could, Spencer, I know that, but the Weather Service was telling people, the NOAA, telling people where it was going to go. If you were anywhere near Houston, the thing to do was just to get out of Houston. I mean, seriously. Hey, Robin, good to see you. Half your family lives in Texas. Firefighters said the same thing about Houston. We have to relay. Wayne said, I mean, it's if you know something is coming and you have the ability to get out, I think that you got to make a wise choice. Lesson learned, if able, leave, don't listen to government. There you go, Marlene. I wish Oliver Stone would do a documentary on Katrina. I don't know. They'll do documentaries, thank you, on what they think they can get the most money off of. So I just know that it's some of the things that we've seen is disheartening. We knew in Illinois that it was coming. How did they not? Well, and that's it, Robin. They did know. They did know. We had a hurricane hit Florida, coastal Georgia, and South Carolina last year. We were all evacuated. Yep. Houston is one big flood zone, floods with normal rain. Yeah, and it's still a tropical storm right now, and there's no place for the water to go. Spencer said he knows Houston. He lived in Houston. The local, state, and federal working to help the people as such, giving the media his headaches good. Yeah. Bitcoin didn't know what it was. Oh. We had heavy rain and flooding with power lines out for 2 weeks, no electricity. Wow. When California had that little blackout that we had for 12 hours, people went insane. We had, remember that when the grids went down, and it went down in California, Arizona, Nevada, and people did not know how to react. They didn't know what to do. They, basically the lights were all out on the side roads. People were trying to go through the freeway. People absolutely panicked. And I was probably 30 miles away from my home, and I had to get back home, and it was extremely hard to do that. Because people they see a light out, they don't know what to do. They see that the cell phones were out as well. Everything was out, and people absolutely panicked. So it's a good idea to try to figure out some of these things, what you might do if something happened, what you might do if Antifa, Antifa is saying it's starting November 4th, they're going to come around to every city and create chaos until they get the president out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're going to do. I survived Irene and Sandy, but got hit hard in Rhode Island. If you are within 30 to 70 miles away, it's not far enough. The people who stayed in Houston and all the other places were covered by the eye of the storm. The people of Texas themselves have been fantastic throughout this great Americans. Of course, God bless Texas. Texas knows how to take care of its own. And they will. And they're going to get right back up. They're going to bounce right back out of this. I know, John. That's what they want. That's what Antifa wants. My pinned tweet of Trump has 1,000 impressions. Good, Shauna. I don't live in a city. They don't pass the sniff test, Laura said. Yep. I love Texas. Yep. God bless Texas and the people of Texas. They better not try and come here to Fort Worth. Yeah, Antifa, they may try somewhere in Texas, but they'd be crazy if they did, but they probably will. They did try in Dallas. I have to tell you, they tried in Dallas. But as that article that I wrote with the little video and sideshows, they didn't do anything. Thank you, Gisette. You have a blessed day, too. Everybody, thank you so much for coming here today. Please, if you will you please retweet this? Please share this. And, let's get that article out to people as well. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. God bless you. Italian Greyhound has white mark on his neck. That's in the shape of Texas. Maybe you should move to Texas, Shauna. Maybe that's what he's telling you. Have a great day, everybody. God bless you on Facebook. Thank you, Catherine. God bless you. Everybody, God bless you on Periscope. Please retweet this. Also, if you will, thank you over here on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up, if you will. And also retweet this. Thank you.